Well, good morning, beautiful. I hope you're well. Today I'm going to show you how I brighten pigmentation. I'm also doing a little kind of treatment with my lactic because we're going to meet some friends tonight. And I apologize, my sinuses are not doing well with all the California fires and just my allergies and stuff. So I sound really kind of nasally even with sinus medicine. So if you're struggling with pigmentation, I feel you. It's a difficult thing. I've gotten a lot of it under control, but I have to like really be, really on top of it because it just kind of comes back. And a lot of people ask that. They think, I don't understand. I used this product and it worked and then it stopped working. Well, a couple of reasons why stuff stops working. One is the skin gets kind of memory sometimes to something. But if you stop using something, it comes back because you're no longer putting that active ingredient. So think of it like your teeth. You have to brush your teeth twice a day, right? And if you don't, if you just stop brushing your teeth, tartar builds up, plaque builds up. So it's kind of the same, like your skin, the dead skin, that's kind of like plaque and it continues to build up. So if you have a concern that you're really struggling with and then you stop using a product, you can sometimes have it rebound or it can come right back because you've just stopped the product. Does that make sense? I think so. So I say that only to preface because some people think that they use a product and then, oh, it should make it disappear. And it's like, I wish, girl. I wish. Like people that are prone to acne have to keep using like benzyl and active ingredients and stuff to keep that oil down and to keep the exfoliation process. So the same is true of pigmentation. And often the pigmentation we see on the surface is like a mirage. So there's always damage that's below the surface that we don't see. But then people start using stuff and they're like, I don't get it. It looks worse. It's not worse. It's just you're seeing a deeper level of damage now finally being revealed through like exfoliating and stuff. So anyway, I don't have anything on my skin. Actually, I have a little, I think, moisture. Sometimes in the morning, what I'll do is I'll just rinse my face with cold water and then moisturize a little bit. And then that's why I look a little greasy. So I'm using my advanced lactic because I want my skin to just kind of glow and look tight. I don't want to do this right before tonight because then my skin can look a little too much sheen to it. So anyway, so let me just get started. So I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place. So I'm just putting this on a cotton ball. Usually I use a cotton square, but I'm kind of out. So I'm just using a little bit all over it first, just to kind of allow the skin to absorb a little bit, just to see also how sensitive I might be right now. And I'm gonna use another cotton ball, about 10 drops. So if you have a pigment brightening cream now or mine and you want it to work better, exfoliate first. I recommend more chemical if all you have is a manual. Use what you can, do what you can. So I'm just kind of like sitting here. I have little damage that's trying to pop up right here again and right here. And I'm always kind of working on that. Fucking freckle. Excuse my language. Oh, skin has a mind of its own. Okay. I don't really feel any burning because my skin's pretty used to this stuff. I use this a couple times. Well, I probably use it really once a week, really good. And because I use during the night, I'm gonna do my night routine video soon. It's a little confusing right now because I've been testing like the Ordinary, which I stopped because it's just not, it's not resonating with me. So that's crazy. That's just dead skin. That's gross. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit more right here. Kind of press it in a little bit. Anytime you use a chemical exfoliant before a brightener, you're just gonna get better penetration, more absorption. People that are struggling with a lot of pigmentation, like let's say you have melasma, girl, it takes time. It's not everything's gonna work overnight, even prescription skincare. So we have a lot of clients that have melasma and, they're using this, but I'm not gonna sit here and make ridiculous claims that this is gonna vanish like pigmentation overnight or help hardcore stuff, especially if you're not doing like the exfoliation or retinol or glycolic and stuff like that. So this is so yummy. It's amazing. It just keeps my stuff at bay. So what was happening, I was, months ago I was testing this and I actually was looking a little too white from it. It was like almost bleaching out too much of my pigment. So I kind of backed off, and I've been using about a pump every morning. Sometimes I do about 2, morning and night. If you use also something like this with vitamin C, it can work a little better. It can penetrate a little bit more because acidity of vitamin C will help exfoliate. And then you put this on, so it's like the combination of that will help to exfoliate, brighten, because this also has vitamin C. So it's like it blends well with each other, and it improves the penetration of both. So whenever you're dealing with pigment, some people will get like lip or a spot, and they have, people have the tendency to just want to spot treat, but you have pigment that's always going to be coming up. That's just typical of sun damage, our lifestyle, and maybe not, wearing sunscreen consistently or whatever. So people always say, oh, this wasn't there yesterday, this wasn't there last week, this wasn't there last year. And it's like, yeah, but it was below the surface and it's revealing itself. So that's why I always recommend you put a brightener on all over your skin just to keep everything even. And then you add more on the areas that you're struggling with. So in this case, I'm going to use 2 pumps just to explain myself and demonstrate this. So I put a little bit here and a lot more up on my forehead. And I sit here and I rub it underneath my eyes. I put some right here so that this is always bright and unison. I'm hardcore. If you're not hardcore, that's fine. And I get on my ears like this. If you have pigment issues down here, you can wipe, whatever's left over. Now I'm gonna go in and spot treat with like another full pump. And I'm going to put some here and then some extra here. I still have a dash more, so I'm gonna probably use that under my eyes. So see how I'm kind of leaving it a little more wet. I'm gonna let that marinate and soak into the skin. And then I'm gonna put a little bit under the eye right here. Yeah, my skin actually is looking interesting. I stopped using the Ordinary. It's not resonating with my skin, but I have a full review coming and who I think can use the brand and stuff if that's up your alley or on your radar. So now it's gonna soak in. Now, if you got like really bad pigment, you're just like, oh girl. So do all that and then don't feel afraid to keep layering. So let that absorb and then go in and just kind of spot treat like this, bigger spots, but let's imagine, it was like much bigger this spot. You can do that and then let that marinate until it completely soaks in. Just see what happens. It's interesting. It really works when you do it like this. It's about like kind of the layering. So always let your pigment brightening product absorb completely, because if I put a cream over this right now, I'm gonna just minimize the active amount of the ingredients in here because now I blended it with another cream or product. So when you're paying money for stuff, think of it like prescriptions and you just really want it to work, right? So do whatever you have to do to like follow directions to get the best results by allowing that product or medicine to like fully have its moment. So the way you do that is just let stuff like this completely soak in and absorb. So a couple of people have been asking for my night routine. I do retinol and glycolic cream. I do my retinol and then I do my glycolic cream, but I alternate them. So one night I'll do glycolic, one night I'll do retinol. That's kind of how I do it. It just kind of depends, The best thing I'll leave you with this is always to remember to be a connoisseur of skincare, but be a therapist of yourself with knowing your skin type and kind of what it needs. That's why I kind of promote a lot about ingredients so that you know what ingredients your skin kind of needs today in the moment. Is my skin feeling dry? Is it feeling irritated? Is it sensitive? Does it feel like it needs to be exfoliated? You want to just get in the mindset of treating your skin from a perspective of like a professional. And so as a professional, we always kind of look at what we're dealing with and what the skin may be lacking or what it would like need or prefer. Does it need hydration? Does it need more oil? Does it need exfoliation? These are the things that I know most of you are very smart about, but just put more thought into knowing what your skin needs today. Like, what ingredient does it need today? Does it need hydration? Does it need exfoliation? Does it need brightening? It's the best thing I can leave you with, because whenever a client comes into our office, that's what we do. We're never cookie cutter. We never do the same thing twice. We treat you in the moment. What is going on today? Not last week, not tomorrow. So anyway, I hope this helps. And be realistic with any skin brightener on the market, including a prescription. I mean, these things take time, especially if you're really stubborn or have a really stubborn pigmentation, because the pigmentation or the melanin is started in the basal layer. So that's where the melanocytes are, melanocytes and melanosomes. And so that's about, 20 layers maybe or so. It's kind of coming up. It's the basal layer is the juncture between the epidermis and the dermis. It's that last layer right before you hit the dermis. So a lot of magic happens in there. So you have to think, oh, I have to kind of use a product for quite some time in order to get deeper into the skin. That's why I always recommend the exfoliation first before any skin brightener, because you're getting stimulation, you're getting exfoliation, and then you're getting deeper penetration. Or using a retinol or a glycolic also with a skin brightener. And I can show you how to do that later in another video if you want to learn more about how to use vitamin A retinoids with skin brighteners, because I'm having a video come out soon. If you just use a brightener on your skin and do nothing else, like you're not using vitamin A with it or glycolic, you're just bleaching, you're not blending that brightener into the skin layers. I think I've said too much already. I don't know if I'm going to even share this video, because I said I was going to show you how to apply the skin brightener. Now I've gone off on a tangent. So, but I'm going to let that kind of just continue the soak in, and then put on my sunscreen and then my tinted moisturizer. So I love you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. Our pigment brightening is still on sale too until I think Monday or so. So I love you. Thank you for everyone who's purchased it already. You guys are so beautiful and so amazing, and I could not ask for a better group of human beings that I've attracted. I'm so grateful we attracted each other, and that we get to be more than just skincare. We get to share our hearts, our lives, our emotions, our spiritual journey. It's like that's kind of like, yeah, I just feel really blessed by that, being able to connect to people that are just really good people, amazing people. And then we are just also trying to, within our means, take care of ourselves as best as possible. So I love you. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon. Bye.